Hey guys, it's Megan and today is October 2nd. I'm gonna show you what's growing in the grow houses. I'll show you what changes we made in the front yard garden and a lot of just Okay, so here we are, of course. I've got my shadow and my Ellie muffin. Hi Ellie. And here we go into the grow house. There's a lot of noise. I'm not sure if you're gonna hear me. We are in here trying to level out the ground so we can put cardboard and mulch down. In the smaller grow house, I still have some peppers. Here are some pepper plants. Here are some pepper plants. I still have this ginormous tomato plant. Actually, the tomato plant is doing really good. And the basil, cinnamon basil plant I thought was dying, still has leaves on it, and it will come back next year, I'm sure. Here are some clones that are waiting to overwinter in this box, and then I'll dig them up and put them in next year so they can start early. Look at this tomato, look. Oh, I'm just waiting for this tomato to turn, and you know, I'd like to think it's not gonna turn, but it will. Here's some peppers. We're still growing mini bell peppers. Here's a tomato clone that was just dumped in this pot a while ago, and look how beautiful it's doing. We still have some potatoes here. We found this fan in the garbage. And I don't know why they threw it out. It still works. So we are gonna put it on here, close to the door, because it is, I want to say it's like 90 degrees in here. Oh, Shadow! Now he's scared of the fan, he won't leave. Here I have some potatoes, more potatoes. I put some potatoes in here. I have some green beans, just to see if they make it through the winter. I have some strawberries. I'm gonna pull this bed of strawberries up because I'm gonna grow in the towers that I have in the other grow house. So I need this planter bed for other things. So in here I have some lettuce. Let me see. Yep, here we go. They are growing. I germinated. They're growing. Hopefully I can get a lettuce head before winter. Here I have some carrots, and they are coming up. Let's see. I put these little window things on them. See, I don't know if you can see it, but they are coming up. Hopefully we get some good carrots. Here are some ever-bearing strawberries, and as you can see, I'm getting strawberries. Still, I've been picking strawberries and picking strawberries. Here I put in some lavender. It won't stay here, but it will live here through the winter. In here I have some pak choy. We've already picked a couple. These were being bothered by the insects, and now with this cover over it, and I'll tell you a little bit about this cover in a minute. The insects aren't getting in, and it can still filter in light. We can still water it. As you can see, it's got a little meshy. So I needed some row cover. And so I went to the dollar store and I just picked up a couple of those dollar laundry bags. And I cut them and put them in. And it actually worked. I mean, for $1 I was able to cover this bed. And let me show you. And the lettuce bed here, which the lettuce now is doing really well, as you can see. All my lettuce looks good. I have some sweet potato slips. Took off of my big sweet potato in the large grow house and put in a cup to grow roots, and they'll stay there all winter. And here is my prized tomato. I'm trying to cut this tomato down, people, but it just keeps going and going, and I don't have the heart to say goodbye to something that's still producing. So I have a bunch of these I don't remember what these tomatoes are called. I'll put it up if I remember. Let me see. Right here. They're supposed to be yellow and green. They're almost ripe enough to pick. And I thought it was all a loss and I was going to cut it down, and I come and I see ripening tomatoes. I have some ginormous tomatoes on this plant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's one back there. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, and the clones I put in this year are doing well. This was a Pink Lady clone. See the tomatoes ripening, and there are some tomatoes in there as well. There's a tomato in here that's splitting, so I'm gonna have to pick it. But yes, and look, it's still producing. See all the flowers? I have this, oops, let me move this. I have this Swiss chard here. It's been producing. It produced all summer long, all winter last winter, and it is still going strong. I tell you, we pick from this almost every night. Let's see what else we got. You saw the bok choy bed. This is it. I have some Malabar spinach. I found out what this was. I posted on Facebook. I didn't know what this was, but I believe that's Malabar spinach. It's got the red stems and the little green leaves. I'm gonna cover this back up. So finally I purchased some of this fabric at Joann's Fabric, and this is the fabric that they make party dresses out of. And I just got a few yards. I cover this bed, and I'm gonna cover a few more beds. Here's a pepper plant. This is a hot pepper. I think I'm just going to chop it down because I don't know, my fruit's not shiny. Doesn't look like it's doing good. I have some stuff in this seed tray germinating. I hope I have one more week to germinate seed in this grow house because of the heat and the sun. As you can see, it's like 90 degrees in here. I have a list of things to do here with a glove. In here we have more lettuce. Let's see if I can get it open. And they're coming up. Okay. I think I put some spinach seed in there as well. My lemon balm is still doing well. My cinnamon basil's dying back. Have some onions in here that I'll grow in here through the winter. Hopefully they keep bulbing. And here I have some tomato slips, some tomato clones. Hopefully I can get them to overwinter in here. And then I can put them in and start them earlier than anyone else. Let's see. And that kind of ends the tour of the small grow house. We're going into the bigger grow house. So this grow house I have decided to heat through the winter. I purchased a propane heater, and I will show you how that all works and how it's going to go in, where it's going to go, and why. We are tilling in here so that we can kill back all the weeds, level off the ground here, and put in some cardboard and some mulch. I got the mulch in there. We still have these green beans in the tote giving us green beans. The plant doesn't look too good, but it still works. I have planted some onions in here to overwinter. See how that goes. In these towers, I've banged in a portion of rebar into the PVC pipe, and the rebar goes a foot into the ground so that it doesn't fall, doesn't wobble. PVC pipe holds them all together. I have a tomato plant that I put here. This isn't doing so well. We got one whole tomato. I think I'll chop it down, pull it out, and use that for another plant. This pepper plant is pretty much gone. It does have some flowers growing. I will see. I have a thyme plant and another cinnamon basil. We have some more sweet potato in here, some sweet potato slips. When I put them in, those slips were just like this long and one leaf. They look really good. This is coming out. These are some pepper plants. I thought I would cut them down and cover this tote, see if they overwinter. So I'm going to be picking the last peppers off of those. These are some onions that are working on bulbing. I keep cutting and cutting and cutting the onion, what is it? The onion slips. And they are getting bigger, as you can see there. They're getting bigger. I hope that they can overwinter and be okay in here. I have a rogue broccoli. I don't know if this is even gonna grow broccoli. Again, some Malabar spinach on this side, and on the other side I have some onions, you can see. Then more sweet potato, and these are all, this was the original plant here. I kept pulling slips, taking them to work, putting them in a jar, waiting for them to grow roots, and then planting. I did it there, and then I took from there, and I did it over there, and then I took from there, and I did it over there, and so on and so forth. We have so many. This is empty. Oh, this is where I'm going to put my strawberries. There's some empty pots in here. We have one bed we haven't filled yet. I'm tilling in there, putting down hardware cloth, putting down cardboard, and then filling it for nothing, because I have like 2 freaking crickets in here. They're driving me crazy. They cricket, and when I get close, they stop, and then I can't find them. Okay, well, in here we have another tomato and a potato, and you know how these 2 plants compete with each other, so I'm surprised I have flowers, and I will be even more surprised when I pull up this potato and see if I have potatoes in there. Again, some different types of green beans. The race is on to take the tomato bed down, because I really need the teepees that we have holding up the tomato plants to put them here to hold up these green beans. But today I may just create some teepees with some PVC piping that I have inside and cover that with plastic so that they can continue to grow. In here there's nothing but weeds right now. I have garlic in this bed. On the left I have regular garlic. On the right I have elephant garlic. I only have a few cloves. I could only afford 1 plant. 1 bulb actually. And then this is another transplanted clone of tomato. It's doing well. I'm going to weed it out today and just let it go until it can't go anymore. This bed is empty. We're planning to fill this bed. This bed is empty. We're planning to fill that bed. Let's see. The bed on the corner here is empty on purpose. We had to work around some type of bush that we cut down when we built the grow house. So it's just gonna stay there. I may cover it with cardboard and fill it with mulch and maybe put a pot on top of it. But for now, it's just a place where we put the cedar chips for the chicken house and some potting mix. And I got this potting mix really cheap at Tractor Supply. Let's see. The 1 cubic feet we're going for $3.99. Right here I'm still getting strawberries from this bed, as you can see. See the strawberry? Yep. And I picked so many this week already. We've had them fresh from the garden because you know you don't get very many at a time. So and there's my Ellie. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'll show you the grow house from the outside. We put up some lights. We have some electrical in here. I need some more lights. I'm gonna move this light over here and put 2 more lights back there so when it stops being so sunny. But for now, it's sunny. This is the long grow house, and I will show you a change we made here. This is the smaller grow house. This one's on the patio. This grow house next year, we will be moving it to that spot where the chicken coop is. The chickens are gonna go into the shed, but for now it stays here.
But for now, there's no projects.
No projects. Okay, so let's show you what's growing on here. So I've elected to move the front yard cage garden back here, and I've taken the plastic off that was temporary, and I put some hardware cloth because although I don't have bunnies because of my cats, I did see a bunny over at the neighbor's yard. So okay, so here is my, I guess you want to call it my berry garden, right? I got blackberries and raspberries all throughout. On one side we have blueberries. I have a blueberry bush there. I have one there. I have a blackberry there. I have a blackberry, raspberry, blackberry. I had more blackberries than blueberries, so I put a blueberry here. This is probably not where they'll stay their whole lives, but I'm hoping that I can maybe propagate. So when the new plant starts to grow, I will cut it and let it root and then pull it and maybe even sell it at the farmer's market, or you know, make this cage a little bigger, maybe put it around the perimeter of the cage. I have my aronia plants. One is right there. And where's the other one? Where are the aronia plants? Oh, and okay. So one is just right there. I don't know what this tree is, but I planted in a bigger pot. Seems to be doing a lot better. These are my peach trees. They are budding now. They're in bigger pots than they were before. Eventually I will put them at the ends, one in the corner here, one in the corner here. They are dwarf peach trees, so they won't grow too big, but for now they're protected from the deer and anything else that can get in here. I am going to be putting some rebars that are 10 feet tall, 2 feet in the ground, and cover this whole thing with deer netting next year, because I still have this tree here. I really couldn't afford to cut it down this year. It cost me $2,100 to get a piece taken off, to get this tree taken down, and I had a massive tree in the front yard that was dying, and in the next storm it would have fallen on my house, so I had to take that down. I did not know how much it cost to cut down some trees, and I had this tree taken down. I may take this bush down, although I like the way it looks from my bedroom. My bedroom's right there, you see the camera. I like the way it looks from my bedroom, but I could do a lot more with this space. I'm thinking fruit tree instead of, you know, like dwarf fruit tree instead of just flowering trees. This space here, we've cleared it. As you can see, is semi-shaded. I may actually extend the cage after this tree is gone. Extend the cage, make it go this way here, and block off all of this so that we can have a bigger garden. Okay, in here we have, what is this? So I believe this is a cherry bush. So I've planted it next to another cherry bush. I still have some eggplant that's coming up, and I'm not even taking care of this eggplant. I've decided to put my dwarf trees in. So here's a dwarf tree. I think this is a pear. And then there is another one. And then another dwarf tree. This one's looking really good since we put it in. This one kind of shames me, but we'll see. It's got new stalks. See, it's got new branches and new buds. I'm fertilizing them at least once a month. This is another dwarf tree. Don't ask me what dwarf trees they are, but I know I purchased pear, peach, one fruit cocktail tree, and 2 apple trees, and I had some cherry bushes that I brought with me from Brooklyn. I've hooped this, so next year when I grow here the cucumbers, they'll hoop over. My peppers here are still going strong. I mean, they still have little pepper buds. I mean, we're in October already. We've had a mild frost. These are all ready for picking. These are mini bells from what is that? Baker's Creek. All of these are from Baker's Creek. These are supposed to be a pumpkin-like, pumpkin-shaped pepper. I have some peppers here. I really don't know what those are called. Yeah, I mean, I keep threatening to chop them down, but they keep growing, so I'm just gonna let them go. I mean, what's the harm in that, right? I can't get any deer in here because I have the double protection. I have this welded wire fence, and I also have this welded wire fence, and this one is 5 feet tall. And what I know about deer is that they have to have clearance, right? And with this here, let's say they jump, they're gonna bump right into this. So they know not to jump. I've actually seen the deer in my yard and they don't even bother with this section. As you can see, the cage goes all the way across. All the way across. There's a little opening there. And this is what it's going to be like until next year. Next year, I'll till in here. I'll till up the ground. And then I'll start piling on mulch and cedar chips and, you know, the hay from the chicken coop. I will stabilize this fence because I'm going to have a 1 foot bed all the way across. I don't even know what this is. I want to say, so this whole cage is 100 square feet. So I want to say there's like 12 because this is like 8, right? So I'm going to go all the way 12 feet all the way. I'm going to put all my tomatoes here and have a pole up here to string them up. So tomatoes will be grown in here on this side. Maybe I can get 2 rows. These are going to come out and they're going to go on that side of the yard. And I'm going to grow cucumbers in there. All of it will be cucumber. Let me see. Today I'm germinating some, let me see, collards, kale, Swiss chard, broccoli. What else? That's pretty much it, I think. What's the other one? Cabbage and cauliflower. So if I can get that to germinate this week is going to be in the high 60s outside and sunny. So in the grow house, it should be in the high, I don't know, 80s. Oh, here's my stick. I need this stick. I take this stick and I twirl spider mite webs and I clean up my pots. So every week I do that so that I keep them from being infested. Alright guys, so I'm going to sign off now and hopefully I'll see you in the next one, okay? And I will keep you posted on how things are growing in here through the winter. Good. I'm interested in knowing how to grow in New York State through the winter. Please forward my videos. I mean, I've been trying to find videos on growing in New York State through the winter. I found some people in Alaska, maybe some people in other states, Michigan. I really don't think it's the same. You know, so I'm starting my videos on how to grow in upstate New York. And I will show you what it's like through the winter with heat. I'm going to try heating this grow house because it's much smaller and it is a concrete pad and that'll keep it warmer. But I'm going to leave the other grow house no heat the whole winter to see how I can grow in there. I'm also going to be starting seed in here in the spring and see if it's a possibility. Okay? All right. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. See you on the next one. Bye.